And this is the funny part. When you're making money on the covered calls, it feels so good. Like you don't deserve to have that $4,000, but in a couple of days, but it feels so good. All right, good morning, everybody. We are doing a recap for the amazing trade that we did today. I have made most of my money today on Oracle, and it was a really nice earning all-time high trade. And I wanted to say how I actually trade at all-time high. So when you are having a stock like Oracle that is gapping up like 10% because of the earning or because of some sort of a fundamental news, you're looking for not looking at the market. You're really looking for a pattern specific for that fundamental news. Like in this case, for example, Oracle was gapping down, but trades below the VWAP right at the open, sold off, and for a couple of minutes was selling off. And which is okay. I didn't even look at the S&P 500, what the market is doing, because this is the stock that is completely independent of the market. So for the first 3 days, it was selling off. Did I want to short it here for opening range breakdown? Absolutely not. Why? For two reasons. First of all, the distance was very far from the volume weighted average price. So you were trading at 125. The VWAP was at 127, which is a huge distance. Plus, you're dealing with the stock that is gapping up like 10, 11, 12%, trading at all-time high for a fundamental news. So you got to be very careful shorting that kind of things, because it's gapping up for a good reason. So it means that there is strength in the market toward that ticker. So I don't want to short it. I was watching it, and as soon as I saw that the volume is picking up, the order flow started going very bullish. It popped up. I took the trade as a 1 minute opening range breakup. It is below the VWAP, yes, and you should be very careful taking opening range breakups below the VWAP. But because this one was an all-time high stock, and I knew it's gonna test the VWAP at least once, I went long, actually very heavy size. As a matter of fact, I just got out of my other position in VDA just to focus on that, and as you see, really nice squeeze. So this squeeze, even if you don't anticipate that breakout, by just looking at this very bullish candlestick on 1 minute chart with heavy volume, that's a bullish sign. So that's why I added more again, and I saw that it's actually closing above the VWAP. I added more at 128. And we got next round a pop on that, and as you see here, it popped up to 129, almost 129.50, 129.37. I partialed out and it dropped. I gotta stop that. Usually you get that kind of momentum going on. If it was Nvidia, you would have probably seen the momentum going up, but it seems that Oracle is just kind of running out of the steam. And I have traded Oracle in the past. It doesn't really give a lot of volatility even on the fundamental news, but we got a really nice classic opening range breakup on an all-time high stock, and as you see here, it was super profitable for me. We had Paris out and traded Nvidia. I also traded Nvidia, so Nvidia was very interesting after the CPI numbers came up, so it rallied and kind of traded above the VWAP. This is like a very nice consolidation type of trade, so or veg, whatever they call it. People name it differently. So it was really nice, getting ready for a pop. So I waited again for a couple of minutes and see what is going to happen. It did hold. The VWAP came up. I went long. I added more. I was hoping to get the break of high of the day, which is kind of, I think, around the break of pre-market as well. But we really didn't get it. At the same time, I got into the Oracle, so I completely got out of it to just focus on managing that position. But that turned out to be a very good, nice short, and people did take that short in the community. The example of that person is Paris, and let me actually show what his trade was. And again, multiple traders trading one ticker different direction, and all they make money. So the moment that I went long, he went short, covered, and then the pullback he added more, and then he got the next drop, and then on the pullback he added more, and eventually got to stop out. Obviously, when you're adding, you don't know if it's going to stop out or not. So you have to add, but managing the risk is very important. So this is called managing. This is the part that usually people blow up their accounts. We have one P Capital traders, one of the people that are really hitting the $10,000. He blew up yesterday just by not accepting the loss and just keep adding, boom, blow up. So that's very common that we see that people equity curve is like that, and boom, it's dropped. So what we try to do is teach you not to do that drop, and that's how you do it. You get out of it. You don't marry your position. Fuck NVDA. You don't have anything to attachment to that trade. You take another one. That's so essentially that's what we traded today. So today is last trading day for me, probably for a couple of days, maybe up to a week. I'm going to the Alps tomorrow and ski for 1 week. I ended up in Zermatt in Switzerland. I might actually meet up with my friend Carlos Zaratini, ski with his family for a couple of days, and I might be able to pop into the chat room, but definitely not trading. And in terms of positions, I got some TNA just before the CPI numbers in case that it, not a lot, just 1,500 shares in case it pops up like a gamble. It did pop up. I didn't sell, and then I just hold it and see what's going to happen. The VO is there. I added a little bit more to my bond position. And then so, and I had some covered calls on VO that I sold it right at the open. I thought that the market is going to pop and I didn't want to lose it, and it dropped. I mean, it didn't matter that much. So I got 50% profit on that. And this is the funny part. When you're making money on the covered calls, it feels so good. Like you don't deserve to have that $4,000 but in a couple of days, but it feels so good when you actually get that. Brian, I think, had a nice short in the Tesla at the open. I think
I actually got a nice short. As you can see, Tesla just starting to break down as soon as it lost previous day, the previous day close. That's a pretty important area of support. So as soon as it started to drop, it just and I was looking at Bookmap too, and I could see all the levels where there were bids, and it was obviously looking very bearish. So got me into that trade.
Excellent.
And and as soon as Oracle broke out through the high, like you pointed out, I got long with you as well. So overall it was a good day so far.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like I think Oracle, which is very standard, like NVIDIA is now breaking out toward the high of the day. This was the trade that I was anticipating, actually, especially around here. I called it in the chat. I didn't take it because I really didn't want to mess up with my day, and I want to hand it over to Paris. So when it came above the VWAP, especially these 3 minutes, again, you're looking for the a part of the trade book is the trade identification. So this is an area that I was thinking of for a good long. You can put a stop loss below the moving averages, and again, you're not 100% sure, but after this big reversal on that, a 5-minute candlestick turned out to be very bullish, higher high, higher low. So that would have been a good entry for the pre-market high or high of the day. So that would have been a very nice 3-to-1 risk to reward. So you can risk $500 here, and then you can make $1,000. And that, if you do it over and over and over, you can generate wealth, a lot of it. But you have to do it consistently and systematically. That's what trading is all about. Anything else is wishful thinking. Yes, we were talking about like IonQ. Brian read something on the forum. You can go and play a little bit like for fun and type of investing, but you never really get rich by these kind of movements unless you go all in. But trading, I want to show it to you that it's possible if you do it consistently, systematically, and manage that risk. Again, we had one of our peak capital traders, one of the top contenders, over $15,000 profit. So he was going up, and then boom, he dropped. And he messaged me, I know him personally. He messaged me on Instagram that, I'm sorry, I was in Mara long, and I just kept adding. And then he started correlating himself to something else. He said, oh, Bitcoin is going up, Mara has to go up. And they'll start that wishful thinking starts. Oh, no, it's a good company. Oh, Bitcoin is going up, this one must go up. And then that's the moment that you blow up. So wishful thinking starts getting into your trade management. All right, guys, thank you so much, and all the best. And if you have any question, leave in the comments. And I appreciate you guys subscribe to our channel so we can get to 100,000 subscribers, which I think is a big milestone for me. And looking forward to see you guys. I know our rate of growth of our channel has been very, very slow, just because the content that we're providing is not a pandemic type of cheese that goes viral. There's not a lot of people who are really interested in learning how to trade systematically only on the US stock market. We don't do crypto, we don't do things that have buzz. So that's why we slowly attracting the people who are looking for consistent trade recaps. All right, guys, thank you so much and all the best.